Welcome to Lanmou Tarot. This is a general reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising for the second week of September 2019. Thank you, Aries, for your continued support. And we are changing things a little bit. I was called to focus on love for this week's reading, okay? So we will use the Doreen Virtue Woman's Oracle deck, and then we'll get clarification from the Shadowscapes Tarot. And here we go. I woke up with love on the brain, Aries. What can I say? And here we have the you deserve love. You are lovable. I love this card because we are all lovable. And it doesn't have to be just romantic love, right? We are lovable. We can express love to the planets, our community, our family. Whoa, the cards are like fighting with me, Aries. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So Aries, for some of you, you may be having that about what you're feeling. Okay, here we go. Another week. I think it was last week or the week before, Aries. You had 4 cards. The last 2 cards came in too, and here we go. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others is at the bottom of the deck here. And we have separation and codependency came together. And we're going to keep those right here. So Aries, so those two came out separately, and we have these two came out in a pair. Okay, so what I'm getting so far is that for some of you, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. I feel like for some of you, Aries, it may seem kind of like you feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I think that's how the expression goes. It seems almost like you've been in this back and forth relationship with someone, because codependency means addictions affecting your love life. I feel like it's not so much like someone else is addicted. I feel like it's almost like some of you are addicted to each other. I don't know why, but that's the message that's coming through here clear and clear. It's almost like some of you are addicted to each other. Even after you separated, the longing starts coming, and here you go again, right back to the same old cycle. Okay, and separation. I feel like that separation for some of you might have already happened, but look at the way that no wonder I'm getting that message. It's been channeled to me. But look at that card. That lady is laying down, and he's leaving, and she's reaching out, holding on to his hand, almost like don't go, don't go. But that separation here is about to happen, or for some of you has already happened, and it seems like it's necessary. The way those cherubs are flying up there, it's almost like it's for your own best good. Whatever relationship where there was a separation, it seems like it needed to happen. Okay, Aries. And for some of you, it may be that one of you had some kind of addicted behavior. Okay, some of you, some person here in that relationship may have like, you know, addiction to substances, addiction to money, to work, to attention, whatever it was, and that's why that separation was necessary. Okay, but here you deserve love, and that you are lovable. Romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring, and those are the first 2 cards, and then we got this. So it's to say that no, you're not crazy for loving that person. For some of you, that's a message that's coming through. Yes, it's hard. Yes, you cannot fully explain it. Yes, you want to get out, and yes, you feel like stuck, like you're stuck to that person, and that those feelings are real. It's not like just in your head. It's not in your head, and you shouldn't beat yourself up for that. Okay, and there's a reason for it, and Spirit is asking you to let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support. And it seems like for some of you, you perhaps have been stuck in your head so much about this romantic situation, where perhaps you feel such a sense of guilt, like you don't even want to talk about it to other people. It says here you deserve love. You are lovable. Like there's the Cupid arrow has struck your heart. You cannot explain it. That's it. You are taking. Okay, someone has you under their spell, and there are that situation here, that romantic situation here. Some healing is needed because there is some negativity that surrounds it, but that doesn't negate your actual feelings, because they are true. And Spirit is saying not only are they true, but they are worth exploring. So let's get some clarification for you, Aries. Here we go. And we're gonna start with romantic feelings, okay? We don't need any clarification on you are lovable. I feel like Aries, if anybody in the zodiac, any of the signs know themselves, it will be you, Aries. It'll be us. I too am one. And let's see here, romantic feelings. And here we have the Fool. Look at this. The Fool on to clarify the romantic feelings, okay? What I was saying before to finish my statement, if anybody knows themselves, it would be us, Aries. And yes, we know we are lovable because we know ourselves. Aries usually are very confident, at least in ourselves, if in nothing else. So we have the Fool, clarifying romantic feelings. They are real, they are worth exploring, they are worth taking a leap of faith on, okay? That's the Fool here. Oh my goodness, the Four of Wands just flipped up while I'm shuffling. That foundation. Okay, so for some of you here, it's almost like this relationship is something that's just starting. It feels like it's either just starting, or then it's always in a constant state of starting, ending, and restarting and ending. That's what I'm getting here. But with the Four of Wands, this is Venus in Aries card, the Four of Wands. This is the honeymoon card. This is the card of, it's also very abundant, okay? It's a card that talks about passion, and passion in creating a new foundation for ourselves. It's a card of now that we have chosen each other, we have let it known to the whole community, to the whole world. Let's start creating that home, okay? How are we going to do this? Let's start talking about the how we're gonna build that foundation, that new family unit, that new legacy that we're about to leave behind, okay? That is what I'm getting here with that Four of Wands, with the Fool. And yes, it's gonna require taking a leap of faith here, okay? And for some of you, Aries, there's a sense of also needing to remain in that loving space. In the Fool can also be childlike energy, to remain into that energy of innocence, okay? With the Fool, to not so much overthink everything. Yes, you want to create a solid foundation that's gonna require a lot of faith, okay? With the Fool, this is energy of the ether, the zero starting point here. And it's gonna require a lot of faith to carry this on, to build a foundation here. But I feel like Spirit is calling you to do so. It's telling you, yes, go for it. Separation, some clarification on separation, Spirit. That was quick. The King of Swords. So some of you Aries needed to cut out a King of Swords from your life, okay? The King of Swords is the take charge kind of person. Some of you are in separation with a King of Swords, whether it's a Gemini, a Libra, or a that was quick, the Tower. Okay, yes, that was a Tower moment. With a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius here, something happened. It was sudden. That separation was something sudden that just happened. Time apart from your partner. I truly feel like for some of you, if it has not happened already, it's about to start happening, okay? It's about to happen, that someone, depart, kind of like just got up and left. Okay, and for some of you, it needed to happen because that foundation that you are trying to create was a little bit faulty. It was a little bit faulty, and I'm looking at that Four of Wands now, like the way those horses, it's almost like they're not galloping on solid ground. They're going towards the sky, towards the heavens. It's almost like it was a foundation that was created in the sky, that was created on clouds, if you will, like someone was on cloud 9 when they were thinking about it, right? Taking a leap of faith to create that foundation here, and that it wasn't really built on solid ground. Like all of them, they're like literally flying up in the sky, and that foundation needed to crumble down. That departure, that separation needed to happen. That cutting away. The King of Swords is, yes, taking charge of a situation, but there's a sense here also of the King of Swords is to cut away especially things that no longer that are no longer needed. And look at that King here. He's almost folding onto himself. He's such in a pensive mode, almost looking sad, like someone is thinking, is in deep thought here. Okay, like someone is really more thinking about that separation. It seems like that sudden separation, that shakedown that happened. I feel like it shook that relationship to the core. I'm gonna take one more on separation to see here. One clarification on separation for Aries, Spirit. Clarification on separation for Aries. Clarification on separation for Aries. So So be advised, if some of you, especially if you're in a relationship with a Gemini, this is a card of Scorpio as well, the Tower, or even a Scorpio person, and that relationship separation hasn't happened with an air sign or a Scorpio. It's on the horizon here. The two of you will have to separate, to get some time apart in order to get things moving from a solid way again. Okay, this is the Page of Wands that came out. That is the next one. Yeah. Okay, so this is promising here. The pages are like youthful energy, and especially with the Page of Wands, this is action. Okay, so it's almost like once that cutting away happens, once that separation happens, whatever that comes out, like if you guys want to start over again, there is a chance here to get things going again from a real passionate way, from the heart. Okay, from the pages, they're not so much immature as they are more youthful. Okay, so it's almost like bringing the love back from a place that is more wholesome. That's the word I'm looking for. From a more wholesome point of view, to really give it a chance, to really give it a go, to really see it from a more optimistic point of view as well. Okay, with that Page of Wands here. And we have codependency. Give us more spirit on that codependency. Okay, addictions affecting your romantic life. When you want it to come out. And this is the Seven of Cups. Yes. Okay, you see, someone, the addiction, someone is dealing with a lot of confusion and illusions here. Okay, a lot of confusion and illusions were created in that situation. Someone did not have the truth of what was going on. We have a mushroom cloud here too. I cannot escape it. So it's very well that someone was dealing with toxic we're doing things to alter their state of mind. Okay, we're partaking in substances, if you know what I mean, and that might have been the actual addiction. Perhaps someone was addicted to painkillers, to drugs, okay, to alcohol. I don't know. For some of you, it's a real thing here. And that's why they could not, it was always out of your grasp. You could never really reach that person. No matter how much you try, it was always an illusion. It feels like almost, you know, your feelings are real, but you were always doubting yourself because there was a sense of illusion here. And perhaps you were separated with that person, and because that person was away from you, and that's created the sense of illusion. You could never really touch them. You could never really get to them. That separation in the relationship, as far as like distance wise, you being in one location, them being like far away enough where it was just like almost like not sustainable. Okay, because you needed contact, you needed action, you needed to feel a bit more connected, like just relating from the mind, just communicating, because the King of Swords is also about communication, just communicating, and that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough for to keep that relationship going solidly, going forward in a solid way. Okay, and it created a sense of illusion. Is this real? Let's get one more on codependency. Okay, she wanted to come out. And we have the Three of Wands. Yes, look at this. This is you, Aries. You like standing. This is the Sun in Aries card, okay? And yes, the sun is facing you. But look at that bridge. It's almost like a bridge to nowhere. It feels like from your point of view, almost, at least from the way it's looking here. And look at the crosses. And this card came up earlier. I think it was for Capricorn. It came before. There's a sense here, kind of like that path you have to follow. That path for that love has been very hard. It's almost like the path of the cross. That's what it looks like. Okay, look at the crosses. The ones are making crosses here. It's like there has been like real blows to the heart, to the ego, to you, as you walk that path. And it's almost, you're at the end of it though, Aries. Look at here, you're almost at the end. That leap of faith that's required of you, you're almost at the end. And yes, this card is also the card of action. Okay, it's almost the card of action. You've done everything that you could. You've walked this long path alone here. This is a bridge that's so narrow. It's just you walking it, and you're at the end of it. And you've carried that cross. You bear these burdens of this relationship on your back. when that person was not giving you what's necessary, it's almost like you were trotting along because you truly believed. Okay, you truly believed in that, in accepting that offer from the universe, in taking that on. You took it like with almost like a sense of like, with sacrifice needed to be made. Okay, and perhaps for some of you, you are feeling very much all alone at the end of this long road that you've walked. Okay, you know you're lovable, you understand love, you honored your feelings, and you feel like here yet again, here you are at the end of the rope all alone. Okay, there's a sense of will this ever happen here for you, Aries? Okay, for those of you that this message will resonate with. Okay, it's just you and I feel like, I think that's a cat. It's just you and that cat here. And what you're gonna do? Are you gonna jump? Yes, it looked like it's not even that steep, because that bridge, or that long branch, if you will, it dips down. It's almost as if you slide down, if you just let yourself glide down, you're gonna end up in that long narrow road that's down there. But then you're looking, Aries, there's no one, there's no cars, there's nothing in that long narrow road. What does it lead to? What does that long narrow road leads to? You know the sacrifices you had to go through. We see the crosses here. That's like the walk Jesus took before he was pinned to the cross. And you see that you only added 3 here. It's like, do I need to go to all 12 stations of the cross to get to that final destination? Is that the ultimate sacrifice? That's like, it's almost like, what is this? There's a sense of confusion here, especially it being with that 7 of Cups. That's what I'm getting here for you, Aries. The love situation has left you all in your feelings and completely also confused. Here we have the 4 of Cups. You see, yeah, some of you, Aries, you know you're lovable. You understand that your feelings are real. I feel like for a lot of Aries, you're going to decide to just keep to yourself. You're going to decide to just like, okay, this is all nice, I understand. You're just going to play with yourself, by yourself. Okay, the 4 of Cups is the card of boredom. It's also the card of not in the mood to entertain any offer at this time. I'm just gonna keep to myself. I'm good. It's almost, you feel like, I've been burned so much, I'm just gonna sit by the water, by the ocean, and dip my toes in the water, play with the water. In her case, she's dipping her finger in the water. I don't need your little cup that you're offering. I'm going to dip my whole body, my whole finger in the whole ocean of water. Why do I take that little cup from you that has brought me so much pain when I can have the whole ocean? You're understanding that now, Aries. If you didn't before, or you were so lost and left so confused and disillusioned, like, I feel like for a lot of us, Aries, we are in a point where we like, you know what, keep all those cups, thank you very much. It's not so much I appreciate it, but thank you, whatever. I don't know why this looks like an eye to me, like in the clouds. I put it down and it's just staring at me. So for some of you, Aries, you know that you are being guided, you know you are protected. Okay, there's an all watchful eye that it's like piercing through me right now. There's an all watchful eye that's always looking out for us, that we feel like, I know this was hard, I know I've learned my lessons, and I understand what the separation needed to happen, but for now I'm gonna just keep to myself, and I know God has my back. It's almost like you are all on faith right now. You are fully taking it all on faith. You're leaving it, you're releasing, you're leaving it up to the universe, okay? You surrendered, you're just like, okay, I leave it all up to God. I'm not going to take, I'm not going to ask, I'm not going to even like visualize, I'm not going to call in any soulmate. I'm just gonna sit here and chill and allow God to work in my life. Whatever's supposed to be, they'll bring it to me, and I don't need any more clarification. That's the message that's coming through for you, Aries, Knight of Wands. Okay, and I feel like that things will start moving here quite fast. Any blockages will start getting out of your way, because I feel like this was very difficult, because those feelings that you were feeling were so intense, were so real, and then that tower moment happened that left you completely, perhaps some of you, like almost like you're not ready, blindsided, or almost even if you were, but it just feel like you had to pay the price for perhaps someone else's sins. Okay, it felt like you were the one who was left feeling confused and just all alone and misunderstood almost. to the point where you're like, you know what, I'm just done with it all. Like, just you all do you, and I'm just gonna sit over there and enjoy myself, enjoy my own company, and be okay. Okay, because right now finding your emotional, I just say financial, so for some of you it may be the case as well, but your emotional stability is what's most important. This is news from the universe. Let's see what additional message Spirit have for you. Sorry, for those of you Aries I'm connecting with, this wasn't more positive, but that's a message that came through, okay, folks? I'm just the messenger. And if it doesn't connect with you, because I know a lot of you are going into commitment, where reuniting with loved ones recently, and just this is not your message, keep moving. But for those of you that this message resonate with, perhaps share your stories, and some other people may also learn from it, get some insights from it, okay? Let's see what additional message Spirit do you have for our Aries friends. Message for our Aries friends. Yeah, I feel like that full moon in Pisces is going to be a big release for some of us Aries. I feel like for some of us, we have been doing the work, and finally it's going to come to to the peak of it all, where all those feelings that have been suppressed are just gonna come out for ourselves, not so much for other people. Okay, we have our card, and the one on top says a little heads up on an, oh my gosh, on an addiction that afflicts all really old souls. Giving love eventually becomes an even greater need than receiving love. See, you're not strange. Love the universe. I can't take it. Oh my God. Do you see that, Aries? We have the last card here. Addictions, codependency are affecting your romantic life. And here Spirit is telling you a little heads up on an addiction that afflicts all really old souls. Giving love eventually becomes an even greater need than receiving love. Because I feel like truly, Aries, having that card here, you deserve love, is that you are so used in the giving mode. You're so used in that giving so much of yourself, doing the right thing, okay? Of almost like being that in that sacrificial mode, if you will, because because we can be so honest, right, Aries? You know, when you feel and you feel intensely and passionately. So that, like, what's the point of hiding? What's the point of being a mockery? Things are about to get really juicy. That's the front. That's the back of that card that was on top, and that's the front. So there's a shift happening here, and we already knew that, seeing that tower moment, if it hasn't already happened for you guys. But I truly feel like saying your romantic feelings are real, and it's as if like you took that leap of faith in creating a foundation with that person, even though it seems like it was based on lofty ideas. It was based on lofty, like, dreams, okay? Because it was a foundation that's being created. Perhaps it was that connection is so deep, and you know it's a divine connection. It's not something that's just purely earthly. You are willing to take that leap of faith because you trust your feelings. And in the real world, however, in this here world, that it just was not sustainable. The other person just could not. They could not hold their end of the bargain, or the connection itself could not sustain that separation, could not sustain the distance between the two of you, perhaps, if it's just a distance, okay? And that the addiction itself ended up being you constantly reaching out. And I feel like that's really like our energy here, not so much the other person. Reaching out, trying to reach to that illusion, trying to reach to that thing, to that bright thing in the sky. We keep reaching out for it, and it was always out of our grasp. And it's in that wanting to give, even greater need than receiving, the giving of love. And I started saying, like, I felt like that codependency, that addiction was more to each other than so much to a substance than to anything else. And this is what this is affirming for me, that for most of you, this is going to be the case. And that need to connect with that person, that pull to that person to give love, to keep giving. Even though when you're walking that wood by yourself, you're not even receiving anything. You're still on that wood by yourself. You're giving, walking your path of the cross. Jesus on the cross to sacrifice, allowing himself to be sacrificed for the redemption of all of humankind. Okay, and that's what I keep getting here, and you feeling that need, okay, to just keep giving and giving and giving. And where does it stop? This is a resting phase now. This is you building your own financial, I keep saying financial. For some of you Aries, is a real thing. Finance is an issue here for you, okay? But this is you here. Perhaps your finances were affected going through this whole thing, but this is you here really wanting to build and recreate your own emotional house. The fourth house, that's actually the house, your own foundation emotionally, to find your own stability emotionally. Not focusing on any cups, on any new offering or old offering, to just focusing on you, on the way you connect to the world, on the way you connect to the universe, to your higher self. And that's the card that came out for you, Aries. Honor thyself. Honor thyself. You deserve love. You are lovable is the first card that came out. And then it here is saying honor thyself. And let me pull the back so you can read it for yourself. And I'll read it again, of course. It says here, just curious, when was the last time you looked into a mirror and addressed yourself as gorgeous, magnificent, or sublime? It matters. Here's looking at you, gorgeous, the universe. P.S. Okay, hubba counts. Okay, Aries. If you haven't heard it lately, you've been giving so much of your love, and you have not been receiving any. Just know that you are lovable, you are gorgeous, you are magnificent, you are sublime. Okay, and for a lot of you here, yes, you may need to seek and ask for help and accept help when it comes to dealing with that situation, because there's a lot of confusion here for you. And it helps to talk it out aloud to another, especially someone you trust, so you can get some feedback. And then perhaps you realize that, okay, I'm not crazy. I'm like, okay, those feelings are real. Okay, I can just be and see things for what they are, and just release. Okay, or I need to express myself, what I'm feeling, whatever it is that your particular situation here. But I love the back of this card saying things are about to get a lot juicier. And I feel like for a lot of people, because we're coming into that full moon in Pisces, because there's gonna need to release those deep-seated emotions and feelings that have been, hitting, that we have been suppressing. There's gonna be some revelations coming out here. Okay, and I hope this message brought some insights to you. If you feel like you need some clarity in regards to your own personal situation, please reach out to me or any reader, really. If you want to contact me, you like my style of reading, just email me at lanmoutarot@gmail.com. There's more information in the description box. And keep liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel so more people get to see these messages. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Come back next week for the next set of reading. And remember, Aries, you are lovable. You are lovable. You are lovable. And love is indeed the only answer. Bye.